Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to have a look at a smart ring that tracks your health without any health subscription. It is called as the Fittr Hart Ring X2. Health tracking has quietly shifted from flashy smartwatches to something far more subtle and personal. And now the smart rings are now leading that shift, and among them is this Fittr Hart Ring X2. It has definitely emerged as one of the most interesting options that is available in India today. After using it daily for almost a year, this review definitely breaks down about what the Fittr Hart Ring X2 actually does and how accurate it is. I will also mention and talk about whether does it genuinely make sense as a long-term health investment. So let us get started. Let's start with what is the Fittr Hart Ring X2. Well, the Fittr Hart Ring X2 is a smart health tracking ring that is designed to monitor your body continuously without demanding any attention. Unlike smartwatches that pushes notifications and distraction, this ring focuses purely on health data. This includes recovery, stress, sleep and readiness, as well as temperature, VO2 max and much more. So what makes it stand out instantly is that it offers advanced health tracking and monitoring without any monthly subscription. That is, you pay once and all the features remain unlocked. That alone places it in the direct competition with subscription-based variables such as Whoop. Why are smart rings actually replacing fitness band? Well, traditional fitness trackers which are there, they focus heavily on steps, workouts and calorie burns. Whereas smart rings including this Fittr Hart Ring X2 actually shift the focus towards the internal health signals. This includes things such as heart rate variability, HRV, recovery, sleep quality and long-term stress patterns. So the tracking algorithm for the Fittr Hart Ring X2 is different from smartwatches because the ring uses heart rate load algorithms instead of med-based algorithms, which are more accurate and personalized. They provide more and almost accurate estimations when it comes to calorie expenditure. This means that there will be no more overestimation of your calories burned as shown in an Apple Watch or any other smartwatches. Well, because a ring is over 24/7 and especially during sleep, it captures more data and that data is more meaningful. This makes the smart rings better suited for people who actually care about recovery, longevity and sustainable fitness rather than just activity counts. So if you're still confused about sleep tracking and can't actually decide whether a smart ring is a good choice or a smartwatch, I have covered smart ring versus smartwatches on my website as well that you can check out. So let us talk about the build quality of the Fittr Hart Ring X2. The Fittr Hart Ring X2 is made up of titanium as its internal shell. It is sturdy and about in my entire 1 year of use, I don't see any deformation or dents or any structural damage from day-to-day life activities. I wore it 24/7 and took it off only for charging. Other than that, I was wearing it always. The outer finishing, that is the color variant which I have went with, is a golden over. This can face some wear and tear in the form of minor scratches. Other than that, I did not encounter any issues as well. You also get a slim silicone case in the box, but that did not last long. I bought another silicone cover from Amazon which is way better, but it does add some bulk to the ring. So decide the trade-off that you are comfortable with, that is safe from heavy stretches or get the slim form factor. Drop a comment below if you need the links for the silicone covers for the Fittr Hart Ring X2. These are how they look like. So you just snap it on like this. And this is how you can protect the ring against the stretches. Also, the Fittr Hart Ring X2 comes with a charging case that looks similar to like a charging case of a TWS. So the case opens vertically with a slot to the ring inside. Here you can place the ring, and once the ring is inside, it charges magnetically and wirelessly. The case has its own battery which can charge the ring for approx 1 to 2 charges. This combined with 7 days backup gets you close to about 18 to 24 days. In my experience, the case charges the ring 1.5 to 2 times easily, but the case drains battery. So if you had kept it full charge say on the same day as the ring, then expect it to charge only 1.5 times. That is only has a 1 month is a long span. That is not a serious concerning issue, but something to keep in mind if you are going to travel for the long term. Now let us talk about the health metrics tracked by the Fittr Hart Ring X2. Well, the Fittr Hart Ring X2 offers comprehensive health tracking that goes way beyond the basic fitness metrics. It continuously keeps tracking your heart rate throughout the day and night and gives you a clear picture of your resting heart rate trends. Heart rate variability or HRV is also monitored to assess the nervous system balance and the recovery readiness for the next day. The ring also tracks blood oxygen saturation level, that is SpO2, sleep stages and overall sleep quality, and provides you a daily recovery scores. And along with that, it also tracks your stress and strain levels, skin temperature, trends of your temperature, and it also tracks your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE, and VO2 max estimation as well. Activity tracking, which is there, it runs quietly in the background, ensuring the data stays continuous and consistent. Octo activity is not tracked, but you can definitely start it from the app. Even without it, everything is measured in the strain and recovery factor. Other metrics such as heart rate are measured every 5 minutes, SpO2 and temperature is measured every 30 minutes, and HRV is measured every hour. This combination places the Fittr Hart Ring X2 firmly in the category of serious health variables rather than just casual fitness accessories. Now let us move into the Fittr Hart Ring X2 accuracy and compare it with real daily world. Well, accuracy is where many health trackers lose the credibility. The numbers just keep fluctuating wildly or definitely feel disconnected from reality and they quickly become useless. But this was not the case with this ring. In my 1 year of usage, the Fittr Hart Ring X2 shows me strong consistency in tracking. The heart rate data which was there, it closely aligned with my gym equipment and the other reliable devices as well. The HRV trends actually remained stable and reflected actual fatigue and poor sleep or recovery days when I was not feeling well. Sleep tracking is especially impressive for the ring-based variable, with sleep duration and quality of life were closely matching my real-life experience. So I will definitely vouch that the readings were definitely accurate. The recovery scores deserve special mention because it often mirrors how the body actually feels the next day, which is exactly what a recovery metric is supposed to do. While no consumer variable is medically perfect, but consistency over time is what makes the data actually actionable. And I think the Fittr Hart Ring X2 actually delivers on that. Now let's talk about the recovery, stress and strain functions. So the core strength is over here. Most variables encourage users to push harder every day, but the Fittr Hart Ring X2 takes a different approach. The main primary focus is recovery and stress management over here. The daily recovery score is calculated using HRV, resting heart rate and sleep quality, and the previous day's strain. This gives a realistic readiness signal instead of a generic prompt such as move more or do something like that. So stress and strain metrics definitely help to identify when the body is overloaded, even when if there are no obvious symptoms as well. So over time, this data helps users avoid overtraining, burnout, and also looks forward for the chronic fatigue. It is something that most fitness tracker completely overlook. Now, talking about the food tracking and blood report analysis. Well, this is one of the most underrated feature of the Hart Ring X2 ecosystem and its integration with the nutrition and health report. This app allows you to log daily food intake, monitor your calorie and macro trends, and also connect your dietary habits and recovery with the stress data as well. So, users can directly upload your blood report samples to receive simplified insights into the health markers which are there. So the app even provides an estimated biological aging speed, and this adds a long-term health perspective rather than on focusing on daily performance. So this holistic approach, which combines recovery, nutrition and biomarkers, is rare in consumer variables. Now let us talk about the design, comfort and battery life. So the Fittr Hart Ring X2 is designed to disappear on your finger. It is lightweight, minimum and comfortable enough to wear continuously, including your sleep. It does not interfere with the workouts or daily tasks. Talking about the Fittr Hart Ring charging case, the battery life easily lasts multiple days on a single charge. That makes it practical for real-world use. Charging is infrequent and it does not interrupt your tracking cycles, which is very critical for long-term health monitoring. Well, in my experience, the battery easily lasted me 5 to 7 days easily. So that means you get a drop of about 12 to 15% each day. So Fittr Hart Ring versus Whoop, which is actually better? Well, this comparison with Whoop is actually unavoidable. Whoop is a well-known recovery-focused variable, but it actually requires an ongoing subscription and comes in a band form factor. So the Fittr Hart Ring X2 actually offers a similar physiologically stuff of deep recovery and readiness of insight, that too in a ring form, and also no subscription fees. So I think once purchased, all the features remain accessible. So for the users who actually dislike the recurring cost or prefer a more discrete variable like a ring, then I think the Fittr Hart Ring X2 actually holds a clear advantage over here. So who should actually buy the Fittr Hart Ring X2? Well, I think that the Fittr Hart Ring X2 is ideal for people who actually want to take your health and recovery seriously. It suits your gym goers, endurance athletes, busy professionals, or anyone interested in long-term wellness rather than just tracking a daily step counts. It is not designed for users who just want flashy displays or constant notifications. Instead, it appeals to those who value quiet, continuous data and meaningful insights. And since we are on the topic of this, I will also discuss about the experience I had with Fittr support. So during the time I spent with my Fittr Hart Ring X1 and X2, I also got to experience the Fittr support. It was a great experience. You can email the support team and get a reply on any of your concerns or issues regarding the ring. There is also a Hart Ring community on Facebook which allows you to see upcoming features such as blood pressure monitoring with ring and phone camera through PPG. The blood pressure feature is currently working well even though it is in beta stage. It uses the remote PPG through the front camera and ring readings for better accuracy. So this is everything you need to know about the Fittr Hart Ring X2. Well, let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a separate video on it separately. So let's dive into the final verdict. So is the Fittr Hart Ring X2 worth buying? Well, the Fittr Hart Ring X2 is not built to impress at first glance. It is built to last, to observe and to inform. It collects the health data silently and analyzes it intelligently and allows the users to make better decisions about training, recovery and lifestyle. During my 1 year time, several features such as biological aging, sharing data with each other, GPS through phone, etc. were added. The product is being continuously updated, which is a great thing, and it is constantly in development. For me, it is the best ring option in comparison with other smart rings such as Gabic, which is inaccurate, Ultra Human, which is a premium model, and a lot more other options are there as well. So Hart Ring with no subscription fees, strong consistent accuracy and a clear focus on recovery and long-term health, it definitely to me stands out as one of the best smart rings available in India today. It is available for a purchase at a price of 19,499 and I think 16,500 with 15% off through the coupon code HART15. I think the coupon code pricing is a great deal and worth it for someone who values fitness and long-term health as a one-time investment over the years. I will also include the link to buy the Fittr Hart Ring on Amazon as well as the official site as well. You can definitely check that out as well. You also get a free sizing kit which you can use first and then you can order the actual size. So for anyone looking for a Whoop alternative in a ring form factor, the Fittr Hart Ring X2 is definitely worth considering. Fittr Hart Ring X2 problems after 30 days. So to speak about the Fittr Hart Ring problems that I faced after 30 days to few months, well, there were no major problems. For the first week, the ring is in calibration mode, which collects all the baseline data of your health. During this time, you are advised not to take off the ring or switch the ring position from one finger to another finger. After that, you will see accurate information. The Fittr Hart Ring X2 charging case has a noticeable battery drain as I mentioned, which when kept fully charged and took out to use after a while say 2 to 3 weeks, definitely loses some charge. Sometimes the data keeps syncing even when completed. The easy fix for this is to just close the app from recent screen and just load it again. After that, it will work properly. So that was it for the video and I hope this definitely solved all your doubts about a Fittr Hart Ring X2 and helps you decide for whom is this ring for and who should actually get it. If you have any doubts about this ring, then you can definitely drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to answer them as well. See you in my next video. Bye.